Hi, it's Sarah here from Crafting and Stamping, and I'm back with another quick card. For my quick card today, I'm using a combination of old and new. And this new is my pick of the week. It's the Real Red and Burlap Ribbon Combo Pack. When I say new, it's only been out for a little while. It's in the January to April catalogue. And it's this combo pack here, which is kind of part of the Country Floral Lane Sweet collection. But I'm definitely not using it with this sweet collection today. I'm diving into the annual catalogue and using Abigail Rose paper, and I'm also just using the Cottage Rose stamp set. So we're going to be using these ribbons with these papers. And what we've got here is a card base of Crumb Cake. So I have cut my card layers, which sort of does cut down a little bit on the time, but then there's also all me explaining it. So I think it'll probably run at about the same overall in terms of how long it takes to put this together. So we've got a card front layer of early espresso, and I've done an extra layer than possibly I need to, because I want something nice and sturdy for the ribbon to wrap around. So I've then cut my Abigail Rose paper, this sort of more crumb cake patterned one, and this is 5 1/4, sorry, not 5 1/4, 4 and... where are we? It's 3 5/8. I will put the dimensions below. 3 5/8, and it's 3 1/4. That's it. It's 3 1/4 deep. And then we've got this more subtle piece that's going at the top, and this again is 3 5/8, and it is 2 inches tall. So we're just going to adhere these on. I've got my sentiment strips already put out ready as well. I'm actually going to use my liquid glue for this so that I can slide these about if I need to. So not too much, but kind of over to the edges like that. And I just want to make sure that I've got even borders left and right and base for these. So I don't actually measure it, I just look to see that that is about even on these 3 sides. So we're going to just do that, and I've got a little bit of glue that has squidged out, so we'll just clear that out of the way and then pop the other one on the top part. There we are. So I'm using wet glue for this, but when we put the ribbon on, it's definitely a dry glue. Ribbon does not sit well with a wet glue, and I prefer my tear and tape, but Seal Plus is another option. So there's probably other options besides those, but those are what I prefer. So I've got my layers put together now, and we're going to take out our ribbon. And we've got this lovely burlap, which I did use in my online workshop the other day. And I'm just going to pop this across. I don't want it too high. And I'm going to just snip it. Here we are, scissors. Just snip it about there, because we're going to layer these 2 ribbons up. So I want my tear and tape, and just looking at where I've hidden that. Here we are. Like I say, I just like this. You can put some behind here if you want. I tend not to. I tend to leave my ribbon loose on the front and just secure it on the back. So I want it around about where that join is. So we'll pop it there and there, like that. And I'm actually going to pop this down just a little bit. You'll see what I mean in a second. So I could put it equally over the joint, but I'm actually just going to drop it a tiny bit further, like that, to about there. So wrap that around, and then we can peel off the other piece here. And I just want to make sure that I've got that nice and straight before I wrap that over. So that card base has given us a nice secure piece for this to be wrapped around. If it was just paper, the paper can buckle a little bit. So I'm now cutting a longer piece of my tearing tape, and I'll start off on this side, and I'm actually even adhering it over the ribbon that we've already got. And then I'm going to fasten my ribbon, and I want it just to go nice and evenly between those stitches on here. And what I'll do is I'll just snip it around about here, like that. But we're not going to put it on straight like that. What we're going to do is pop some little twists in this. So we'll just give it a little twist here, and again, and a little twist here. And you decide when you've got enough twist in it. I don't want too many because the ribbon doesn't twist quite as evenly. It all depends on the ribbon that you use. That just a couple of twists I think is going to be sufficient, and we'll even these out in a second. So again, my tearing tape on the back there, and I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, that's fine, and there we are. And I'll just trim that ribbon back there. Now this can look really pretty as well if you want to pop some brads over where the twists are. So we just decide where we want our twists, like that, and that's that. So I'm just going to finish now. This can now go on to the card base, and I'll use my seal for this. But if you've got brads, then you can put them over those twists and poke them through before you put this card base on, because the brad legs will open out on the other side and help to keep that in place. So it just, like I say, just wanted to give you another option. We could have put that ribbon on straight, but I just think it's just another option for you. So I'm using the Happy Birthday from the Cottage Rose set, and I've got pieces here. This is 1/2 inch by 2.5 inches. So this is 3/4 inch by 2 3/4, because that's how I do my mats. So very quickly, we'll just finish this off. And I need to stand up so that I can see where I'm stamping, and try and get that on straight. And I don't think that's quite straight, so I'm just going to flip that over and do that again. Let's see if I can get it a bit straighter. Perhaps not press quite so hard. That looks okay. So that was early espresso ink, and now I've got to be careful which side I'm using. That is my back, and we're going to pop that onto the Crumb Cake mat. Big difference between a mat and a mask. There we go. And I'm just going to use some some actual dimensionals. I'm going to go with the mini, but the ordinary ones are fine. And whoops, get that the right way up and pop that there in the centre like that. And there we have just our little splash of real red for our quick card today. So I hope that gives you just another thought on how to use your ribbon, particularly when you've got a combo of ribbons that you can use together like this. Please subscribe to my channel below to see a quick card every Monday and a quick tip every Friday. Thank you for stopping by.